haven't checked the media TV and Anchor. Thank you very much for coming, even though it was really short notice. Thank you for coming, Mrs. Briggs. Miss Briggs, can you hear me, Miss Briggs? Hello,
Okay.
hello.
Am I okay now? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Can you hear
All right.
me?
No problem.
Okay, and I'm going to apologize for the lack of video on my part. I'm in
Very
Nigeria and the
well.
power is out.
Yes.
I'm apologizing for the lack of video. The power is out and there's no way to get good light right now because it happened so suddenly. So that's why I have to use a background instead of the video. I apologize sincerely for that, and I apologize for the short notice also. Now, today we are going to talk about Igbo and Ijaw synergy and the South and the way forward. That's what we're going to talk about today. Can we just briefly know your background before we start the discussion? Can we know your background?
Who myself?
Yes, 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 Ms. Briggs, yes, you.
Um. Well, my name is Ann Briggs. I'm Ijaw ethnic nationality. Was born in the was coming back after his studies at 4 when I was 4 years old, and so I grew up in the creeks and until the war. I what else is there to activists? I'm from two different parentage. My mother is British. My father is Ijaw. I knew her well. I grew up and I knew um, her Igbo connection and all of that. It's a very typical the riverine area, especially down coming from river states, even Bayelsa, and some parts of Delta and all of that. So our association and affiliation with the Igbo ethnic old and connection going all the way back to King Jaja of Opobo. The story of King Jaja of Opobo is um, is a very rich history with ourselves and trying to navigate the best way around for us in Nigeria today. I think that is where the problem is, and that someone like me owes to be able to express these truths and realities and stop people that try to twist our history to suit whatever it is that they want in our future, if you like, in our present. So basically, it's always better to tell the truth.
Okay, Miss Briggs, can you
I've
hear
finished.
me? I'm sorry, I'm having serious
Yes, I
network issues
can.
here. So So I just hope that the interview will go smoothly. Okay, so looking at the current situation in Nigeria, do you believe that the Igbos and the Ijaws have a good synergy currently?
A good what?
A good synergy. Do you think they have maintained a
A good
relationship?
senate.
You talked of synergy, a good relationship right now in Nigeria. Do you believe that that's the case right now? The Igbos and the Ijaws.
In my opinion, yes. In my opinion, yes. It can be better. It can be better, but in my opinion, yes. And I say yes because, like I have said from the beginning, because I know the history. Um, I know the story.
Okay,
Like
we
I
are.
said to you,
I'm
she's
listening.
from Arochukwu. My father's hello.
Hello, Miss Briggs. I'm sorry. Network is really bad right now. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Hello, are you back? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you, Miss Briggs. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Well, I thought you wanted to say something, so I stopped.
No, go ahead, please. Go ahead. The network is just breaking on my part, but go ahead. You were talking about past history, and I'm trying to link
All
it
right.
up to current happenings right now. If the South is actually in a good relationship with the Southeast, that's the Igbos. Yeah, and you were saying something. I was following you, but like I said,
Yes.
the network was
Yes.
breaking. So please go ahead. You were saying something. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I mean, history, going back to over 100 years, and there always has been a good relationship. Um, the realities, even within the Igbos themselves, even within the Ijaws themselves, there is definitely not 100%. Definitely there has always, and that will help. That will help ourselves. I need that type of relationship. What do I mean by that? I came to meet a relationship of where there was intermarriage. Now, when you have intermarriage, it means that you already had even this intermarriage. It also started by trading. The Igbos trading with the riverine people. The people of Arochukwu, they move around, and so their movement takes them along the riverbanks, and it takes them also along going through the forest and things like that. So it's not strange to me, and it shouldn't be strange to a lot of people actually, that a lot of rivers people or riverine people tend to speak Igbo, or a lot of riverine people have grandmothers or great grandmothers that are actually from the Igbo ethnic nationality. And this is natural because if, the Igbos are our nearest neighbors, and we also are the nearest neighbors to the Igbos. Now, if you look at Delta State, you would see there they were there before the creation of states. If you look in Rivers State today, and so many in these places and in these locations, the war definitely spoiled a lot of that. Our history have been twisted to suit some people. Now, for instance, before independence, before in the 50s, before independence, already the Ijaws and other smaller ethnic nationalities within what is today the geographical area of South, if you like, or Niger Delta, which I prefer because that's the geographical area that we are in. If you look at those historical facts, already there were discussions that were going on. Hence, we had the Willings report, because the so-called minorities, the people who found themselves as minorities in the then eastern region of Nigeria, already were wanting not to be part of the upcoming independent Nigeria. They had issues. I know that I came to meet those discussions going on in my family. After independence, the discussion still went on. Adaka Boro himself in 1966 was the first person in the whole of Nigeria after independence to declare a war against the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He is an Ijaw son of the Niger Delta region. He did not declare war against any other people but the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to make it seem what it was not. We should allow the truth to emerge, that Ironsi was the head of state at the time that Adakaboro was arrested, does not mean that Igbo people arrested Adakaboro. No, it was the federal government that arrested Adakaboro and tried him and sentenced him to death. It was after he was sentenced to death and the war started that the then Gowon regime gave him if you like, an offer to be let out of jail, join the Nigerian army. And so he already, before the war between the federal Biafra of Eastern region, that was mainly of majorly the Igbo ethnic. They didn't want. That's not the issue. The issue was the geographical area. And so the truth of this, our history, and that's why they're not teaching history in school, teach the truth. And the truth is that this was how this war started. And at the end of the war, the antagonistic reaction from the different ethnic nationalities was generated by the federal government. The federal government at that time used the resources of the oil and gas that was coming mainly from what is today the major oil producing states in the then eastern region that they split up and created river states out of eastern region. And I've always asked myself, even when I was in primary school, I always wondered before independence, northern Nigeria, they had western Nigeria, and they had eastern Nigeria, but they didn't have southern Nigeria. And southern Nigeria is what is now Niger Delta. That there was southern Nigeria at that time. When they talk about southern Nigeria now, it is in reflection with northern Nigeria, southern Nigeria. It was never northern. It was northern Nigeria before, western Nigeria, and then eastern Nigeria, as if the people in between did not exist. That is, the other ethnic nationalities were inconsequential, and most of these other ethnic nationalities were in what is today now known as the Middle Belt, and what is today partly of the of some parts of the north, and some parts definitely of what is today Niger Delta region. So basically, then the southeast today, the people of the Igbo ethnic nationality and the different ethnic nationalities that make up the Niger Delta, or South, as politically as it is called, was of the old eastern region. This basically, in brief, is our history. And so all the people inside this geographical area of the defunct eastern region were Igbos and all the ethnic nationalities that is today in the South. And I think that there is nothing wrong in us knowing this truth and allowing our children today to know this truth. Because if our children today know this truth, people in River State that have grandparents or great-grandparents of Igbo descent or Igbo origin even, then we cannot work together. It should make sense that we should be able to working together. In my opinion, that working together should include security. It should include development. It should include and infrastructural development, and being able to work together to the extent that the fact that we have that some people will in their desire to confuse ourselves, our people will make it seem as what it is not. If my grandmother, for instance, is Igbo, my grandmother is Igbo, nobody can take that away from me. Now, you can't therefore force me to make it an issue, or because my grandmother is Igbo, does that make me somebody from Abia State? No, it does not. Does that make me somebody from Imo State? It does not. It makes, and we should be proud of it. and begin to find more that binds us together than does not bring us together. And another thing that I know doesn't work is where a group of people get together and make a decision. Sometimes it's the right decision, but you cannot make a decision, give a group a name or an idea or an ideology a name, and then insist other people are part of. Elomba today, what it is, they were one of the first people that started a connection. There are other groups like that. And I think I, myself and so many other people belong to these different groups because they are South-South and Southeast. There is no reason why, in my opinion, why we cannot sit down, the people of the Igbo ethnic nationality and all the ethnic nationalities of the Niger Delta. I mean, the Ogonis, the Ikweres, the Epayes, the Shakiris, all the ethnic nationalities, all of us. It doesn't make sense when someone is who he is not. You cannot wake up in the morning and decide that Bonnie is no longer Bonnie, but what you cannot. Bonnie is an old ancient kingdom that has existed. Opobo is the of Opobo, who is of Igbo descent. But if you look back 100 years ago, and so you can see as it was then, is something as if because the story went this way, then this story must continue. People who go, there is absolutely every reason, and I'm in full support of it, why Igbo people and the Ijaw people
Miss Briggs, Miss Briggs, I think we've lost you. Miss Briggs. Okay, remember that you are on Elumba television and we are discussing Elumba television. Okay, you're back. You're back.
Elomba. Anyway, so what I was saying, a crisis today is not the same crisis as even Ojuku's time. Our crisis today and our problem today in this part of Nigeria, coming from before you cross into crossover from Asaba, once you get into Edo, once you leave the Southwest and you begin to come down, our story and our history and our reasons today is not the same as what it was before independence. It's different. So at that time, they had not experienced what we are experiencing now, which is some people coming in from wherever they are coming in and wanting to overrun Nigeria. It was a plan they had before that they did not succeed. Now, what they want to do is succeed in our time. Now, we need to know our threats. What are the threats that we face today? What are the threats that Igbo face? What is the threat that Ijaw people face? And Ishekiri people and Urobo people? What is our threat? If we see our threat, we must see that we have to work together. But we can't go from frying pan to fire. We have to learn from the mistakes of the past. What are those mistakes? 1914 amalgamation is a huge mistake. And so we cannot allow a group of people, it doesn't matter who they are, even if they are my own people, we cannot allow a group of people to have an idea, put that idea out there, and force people to be part of that idea. Then whoever is doing that is no better than the people that we are resisting. So we very quickly need to, the Southeast and the South, the Indigo and the Shekiri, the Urobo, everybody, we all need to sit down and realize that we need to this place, going through to Cross River, cornering from Akwa Ibom, coming into River State, Asaba, into Onitsha, Owerri, Abia, Imo, all those places. We need to secure those places. We need to be sure that those places are secure, because that is what it is all about. So we cannot work together if we are an agreement. If a group says, oh, Ann Kyo Briggs, I've spoken to Ann Kyo Briggs. No, you can't talk to Ann Kyo Briggs and expect or assume that you've spoken to Ijaw Nation. You have not. You have spoken to me. I'm from Abonima. Abonima is a community in Kalabari Kingdom. Kalabari is a clan in Ijaw Nation. Tompolo's people are Ijaw people in Delta State. They are Baramatu Kingdom in Delta State. They are Western zone of Ijaw Nation. So basically, we need to understand how other people function and operate. So when I hear on person's name around and said, this person is with us, our vice president of this group is an Ijaw man. Yes, he's an Ijaw man, but he's an Ijaw man from another zone. So he can't speak for the other two zones. And so these are the things that need to be understood in our quest as wanting to work together to understand, so that standing or lack of appreciation of what other people want to divide us. But I have always said, and I will continue to say, that I believe there is a need and for the Igbos to work together with their neighbors. Who are those neighbors? Their first neighbors to their back are the Ijaws and the people in Edo State, the people in Delta State. The people facing them are the Rivers people and the Bayelsa people and Akwa Ibom people. And even if we start this night, we energize very quickly. But we have to synergize on. Nobody is, I don't know. I tell people, I say, what do you mean there is no water? What is the River Niger? Is Anambra State not Igbo people? So if they have a whole River Niger running through there, why is anybody like Buhari saying that they won't have access to the ocean? And I was asking, was the Civil War about access to the ocean? It was not about access to the ocean. Now, what has ocean got to do with it? But you're seeing the mindset of the enemy. That is what they are thinking. It's them that want the ocean. It's them that are landlocked. It's people in the north that don't have water. It's them that is looking for water. It's them that is looking for savanna. It's them that is looking for where there is greenery. Not us, not Igbo people, not Ikwere people, not Ijaw people, not Shekiri people. It is them. And so we need to know where they are bringing in this confusion to confuse us. But it is our responsibility. Somebody like me, at my age, I have to be able to tell my grandchildren, my children, the truth of what I know. And what I know is what I'm telling you now, and I can defend it anywhere. But what I also will defend is my right to be who I am. Nobody can come and tell me who I am, not even my grandmother's relatives from Arochukwu can tell me who I am. I know who I am. You know, so we need to, for the sake of today and tomorrow, we need to recognize the issues that has kept us apart and work for the issues that will keep us together. The issues that has kept us apart is in the past. We're not going to pretend that they didn't happen or they didn't exist. But what we must correct is what we're facing today and move forward, because two cannot work together unless they agree. We have to agree. And it is the lack of agreement that is causing all this confusion and holding us back. In the meantime, the people that we are against us are moving forward. Everything is in their hands. Whatever they want, they do. Whatever they want, they can get. You know, you have this situation today with the police chief of the scandal and everything. If that was an Igbo man, look at what happened to, what's his name, Onyema, Alan Onyema. Even Alan Onyema's case is even Igbo people and Southerners that were even shouting the more and even insulting him. You know, have you heard one Fulani person since this thing started come out and open their mouth? Have you heard one Fulani person come out to open their mouth and say anything against Abakari? No. But give this to an Igbo man, give this to an Ijaw man, give this to Ishakiri man. It is his own people that will be coming to shout and say, yes, come and take him. Here he is. You know,
okay. Yes, I agree with you. Thank you very much. But let me just ask you this thing before we allow questions, because I can already see a hand raised up. You spoke a lot about various issues that if we start dissecting one by one, it's going to take a whole long while. So let me just ask you this. You mentioned that the Ijaw man was the first person in Nigeria to fight against the Republic of Nigeria. What is your personal opinion on balkanization? And if you support balkanization, what's also your opinion on the present struggle of Biafra? Do you believe that the South should be included in this struggle for Biafra, that's self-determination, or do you believe that the South should have their own nation?
Balkanization is a political act, and balkanization affects us. It doesn't just affect, let nobody think that balkanization affects only them. Balkanization affects us. We have Ijaw people in Delta State. There is a state called Delta State. Before they created Delta State, there was no Delta State. My people, I have Ijaw people in Delta State. I have Ijaw people in Edo State. I have Ijaw people in Akwa Ibom State. I have Ijaw people in Cross River State. Part of the, what is place that Obasanjo gave away. Ijaw people were there. So balkanization affects everybody. Balkanization is why you now have some Igbo people are in Delta State. It's from balkanization. You know, so of course, do I support balkanization? No, I don't. But that's the country we live in. That's the way they have divided it. But let me tell you, if this question is about the creation of River State, we were asking for I started this minority narrative with that. River State was created because our people were asking for a separate state before independence. Anybody that does not know that should go and check the history of Nigeria before independence. And that was how we ended up in the United Kingdom. Our leaders ended up there, and that was how the Wilkins report came about. You know, so the fact that there is balkanization is not in the interest of anybody that is balkanized. Look, I mean, like, the Yorubas, in my opinion, are better off because they are very much together geographically. The Igbos even are better off because they are very much together. The Igbos have only 5 states as opposed to the 6 states that most regions, most geopolitical zones have, but they are still Igbo people. Now, when you come to the Niger Delta alone, you have Ikwere people, you have Ogoni people, you have Ekpeye people, you have Eche people, you have Eleme people, you have Egi people. These are ethnic nationalities, people who have their language, their culture, their way of dressing. This is what makes a person, a group of people, indigenous. Once you have indigenous on that. Now, on the issue of Biafra, look, Biafra is we drew the map. Hello?
Hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead.
You can hear me. Okay, good. The we need to face that, balkanize ourselves. Now, going back to fighting, anybody fighting for justice, anybody fighting for an independent nation for themselves. The issue of self-determination is also more or less an issue of fighting for rights, whether it is an independent country you're looking for or self-determination within a country. They are both more or less the same thing. If you have federalism, it is still the same thing. If you have, if you restructure Nigeria in a way that you get what you want, Igbo people determine what they do with coal, they determine what they do with whatever natural resources they have and how they trade and who they trade with. That is the way that they want to do things. So whether it's called Biafra or anything anybody chooses to call it, it doesn't matter. What matters is this what Igbo people want? If Igbo people want Biafra, yes, I support them to have Biafra, if that's what they want. If middle belt people want an independent state for themselves within where they are, yes, because they are the owners of that place. The people terrorizing them and us today are immigrants, people of Nigeria, the separate, different Nigeria that this man Lugard came and put together. Now, if Oduduwa people want a country of their own, I support them. If that is what they are, is going to work for them. All what we're looking for is peace, not necessarily peace within the whole of Nigeria. If that's not possible, then it's not possible. If Igbo people want to be free and just be an Igbo nation, why not? They will still work with their neighbors and live with their neighbors. Now, do I want to be part of Biafra? As you ask me right now, today, if somebody says, do you want to be part of Biafra, you and Pure Bricks? No, my answer is no, because I don't understand what Biafra is about. Yes, I hear people talk, this is how it's going to be, this is how it's going to be, but I've not had an input. I have not made an input, so I cannot buy into something that I did not make an input into. And I will not accept something that nobody has asked for my input. Just say, you are part of it. No, I'm not part of it. And now, I, as a person, cannot speak for my people if they have not authorized me to speak for my people. Therefore, I cannot get up in a Ijaw nation today. As much as my people love me and I love them, I cannot get up and insist to them that Biafra is the best solution to our problem, because I don't know that Biafra is the best solution to our problem. Because if they say to me, what is Biafra? I can't explain it. What am I explaining about Biafra? I didn't have an input in it. I'm just hearing what some people are saying Biafra is going to be like when they have it. Yes, when? When is that? When you have it. You can't have, Ijaw people cannot get up and have a nation just because they want a nation. There are processes you go through to arrive at the point of becoming a nation, especially when you're going to come away from a nation that depends on you, like Nigeria depends on the South, especially the people that produce the oil and the gas. Don't let anybody fool us that oil is not valuable, gas is not valuable. If it is not valuable, why is it that they want it? They should leave it then if it is not valuable. So what I am saying is that if Oduduwa people want Oduduwa state, is their right. Will I support them to have Oduduwa state? If they need and want my support, yes. But as a human rights activist, I know it's their right, so I will support them. It goes the same for the Igbo ethnic nationality. It goes the same for the Ijaws and for the Shekiris and the Urobos. Now, do we as a people, the different people that we are, what is our needs? What do we want? What does the Shekiri man want? What does the Robo man want? The Ijaw man, and so many other ethnic nationalities, over 40 nationalities, I believe, no matter how small they are, make up the 6 states of the Niger Delta, 6 states of the South. Now, all these people have to speak for themselves. Igbo people can only speak for Igbo people. They cannot speak for any other people. Ijaw people cannot speak for Ishekiri. Ishekiri cannot speak for Urobo. Ikwere cannot speak for Ogoni. But we can all sit down and speak together and support each other. That is very key and very necessary, that we are able to support each other. So will I support the Biafra, like you said? Yes, for Biafra people, for the people who want Biafra. I don't want Biafra. My family does not want Biafra. My community does not want Biafra. Let nobody fool anybody that they went to Abonima and spoke. Who did you speak to in Abonima? Which of the chiefs did you speak to? Which of the community, which of the house, Canoe houses did you go to? Which of the kings did you speak to in Kalabari Kingdom? That I will now get up and say, I am Biafra. No, I'm not. But other people are free to say that they are. That is also their choice. But having said it, they can't force me to be what I am not. I want freedom for my people. I want my people to control their resources. I want justice for my people, for my region. Now, how do we get that? I alone cannot decide it. I have to decide along with other ethnic nationalities. And that's what the Niger Delta Self-Determination Movement, which has been on ground since 2014, that's what we've been doing. We've been trying to get our act together, unite ourselves, and see the need to work together. Until we see the need to work together, we're not going to succeed. Okay, look at Igbo, in Igbo land today. Are you telling me everybody wants Biafra? Not everybody wants Biafra now. In Igbo land, not everybody wants Biafra. Look at all the investment. And that's why Buhari can speak so arrogantly in the way that he spoke, where he called, I wish I had worn that T-shirt, Mazi, where he had referred Onyedot, where he had said that the Igbo people, Igbo nation are just a dot in the map of Nigeria, and that they don't have access to the ocean, and that the South leaders and youths have promised him that they will not have access to the ocean. Who are the South leaders that promised him that one? Maybe some did, but definitely not leaders from my part, and not youths from my part either. You know, so
okay.
we need to respect each other's rights to do what is in their best interest. And then we need to work together so that we can achieve the best collectively for ourselves. There is nothing wrong with if tomorrow Niger Delta is a nation or Igbo is a nation, we can work together. But if we can't work together, at the end of the day, we will just continue in this mess and in this danger that we find ourselves. But we have to face the reality. What is that reality? That reality is that each person must speak for itself. I don't care how brilliant you are. I don't care how smart you are. You cannot say that you and you alone decide what is in the best interest of somebody else. That's why Buhari can say to Igbo people, you have investment all over the place, as if investment is life. Investment is not life. Igbo people have left their investment in the past and in the north and come home. You know, so people have to decide whether it is their 3-story building that is important, or their 3 children and grandchildren that they will have to run away with. These are the realities that is facing us for some of the mistakes that our people have made even after the Civil War.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Briggs. Wow, our time is far spent. But let's take a comment from Elder Tango Bochuku. Elder Tango, I can see your hands up. Please go ahead.
Listen, she touched a lot of good points, you know, back with history. Thank you, Lumba. I'm Elder Tango talking. So, Ijaw and Igbo issue, we are brothers. We are family. What joins us together is more big than what divides us. Most of our problems we see down south, southeast, is all is man-made. Ijaw people have sympathy for Igbo, and Igbo have sympathy for Ijaw. We are one family. This is divide and rule system. Creating a river state, this and that, was divide and rule. Because when your enemy come together, they will form a force. But when you can systematically or anyhow divide your enemy, you can deal with them so easy. These people, these Fulanis, they're intelligent people. Not that when I call them, people think I hate them, but I'm following all the attitude for long. When, like somebody that have been in the north, see how north is divided with the tribe and everything, I was thinking, how these people manage to hold the whole north like a key? North is full of a lot of languages, different tribes, different culture that are not one. But Fulani sit and unite them. Then I force myself, I go back to history. I move out of Africa, I come back inside Africa again. I do some research, I find out what the Fulani did is what Shamamo did in China. So first of all, unification and fight language issue. Indira Gandhi did it in India, that every Indian man can understand himself. Haile Selassie did it in Ethiopia, but now the man is late. Now, when Haile Selassie is alive, he can hear Olumo tribe, this tribe in Ethiopia. He unified, all of them speak Amharic. Okay, coming down to East, there's white people in Africa, everywhere, like in Nkrumah. Nkrumah unified Ghana with one language that every Ghanaian man can understand each other. Coming to Nigeria, the only 2 people that did the same thing in Nigeria is, I don't know, Sokoto and the Awo. So the North Sokoto make sure that Hausa language unify the North. Back it up with the emirate system and the emir system. The whole control over the North key. How Yoruba land is still divided. But when I moved into Yoruba land, I was traveling in Yoruba land. I found out a Elijah man difference from Ijebu man. This is their tribe. A holy man. These people. But in our time, Yoruba unified, and I will know value of education and offered it to everybody. So coming down to East, I can't check why a closed door neighbor like a Calabar man person or a River State man person, we cannot even understand ourselves, like have one language in that zone when we all claim to be Eastern region before, that we didn't apply different zone. Because now we are saying Ijaw language, we go to Yorubas, Ijaws in Yoruba, Ijaw in Yoruba, another group tribe again, from different language, but they have unification, one language. So coming to our side, it didn't work out. Who will take that blame? I think is our pioneer fathers for the independence. Because anybody tries, something may be good today, tomorrow it may be wrong. Zik was fighting Zik of Africa, unification of Africa. But I was said before, I'm an Okene man, before being a Yoruba man, before being a Nigeria, and they prove it in action. Strengthen mind. When Zik was saying unification, I'm not going to tell Zik, say, no, we are not one. Let's talk what divides us. That there's a reason for the division. But Zik was fighting for unification. That time, people heard Zik, but now we are seeing the impact. Coming to Biafra issue, Biafra have been existing with the older trust map. When Biafra come, no tribe or let's be honest. But when they choose the name, even a German pronounce the name during the war. Yeah, a German pronounce the name.
I say it doesn't matter.
Madam, I'm coming. As he pronounced the name, Ojukwu consult, when you lose war, you lost every history. Even some Igbo, our fellow Igbos are blaming Ojukwu, saying he pick up arm, he do this, he do this. But if you do research, without Ojukwu, most of us will not be alive today. That will not be Igbo nation. The same jihadist system, these people are moving, they continue moving down south. Their target is that way to soak the Quran in the ocean and take over control. When the killing was rampant, Ojukwu formed a corridor to defend these people. But now we are blaming Ojukwu. So say he fought, he do this, he do this. We are all one. Ijaw man, I see Ijaw man as a brother. Calabar man is a brother. We are one. The only thing we need is that if we feel now to call ourselves in a conference, do we still want to be together or we divide? Even look, take Eastern and Western Germany as an example. When Austria go, this one go, other people go. The East and West having that problem, they divide, but they know they are brothers. At a time, they feel themselves, they come together. Unification of East and West Germany. They unify and they improve more now. That's peaceful. The problem in Nigeria is that poverty contributes. When people are poor, they will agitate. Nothing is working. No airport, no seaport, no better road, nothing work in the system. So people can complain of anything. That's the problem we have. If the government is improving, like now, imagine a whole Southeast, people that travel most, do business, do importation, no seaport, nothing, no international airport. Everything is every year. When the election is coming, you tell them they will have airport, they will have seaport, and nothing will come. So the problem we have, even if you share Nigeria family to family, that's still the problem. It's my own belief. If we share, say this family have a country, this have a country, they will see the problem. The problem we have in our southern part of Nigeria is not the Ijaws, it's not the Igbos, it's not anything. It's management. In any trouble, people benefit from crisis. Okay, like now, the oil we have. Oil, mind you, people doesn't know that oil is all over the world, but it depends on quantity if find it in your place. And some people that are rich don't want oil because anyway you dig oil, you dig that problem. When you remove something on the earth, oil bring pollution, seize land, damage a lot of things. Only Siemens a company in Germany can buy our oil for 100 years and pay the bill in advance. A Siemens company can buy our oil. So oil, gas show level of our thinking. If we can improve in another way, that's a lot of things. The modern oil, and these people are talented. If you talk of technician, yeah, a lot of people can do. If any Igbo man or any Ijaw man can produce something, he can sell 100 naira with our population. He can invent anything, he can sell 100 naira. That person is a millionaire. That person is made. Our population is a weapon. The problem we have is the government in question. The government, we have a destructive government that doesn't want any improvement. There was a time Nigeria is enjoyable. People enjoy Nigeria. My idea, people in power, if they can hear the you people's voice, let us go to normal old system we had before. There's weaken the central government. Central government must be weak. Weaken the central government, return to region as we are before. Every region develop their place. This oil and gas, this and that will not work. Because if an Ijaw or Urobo, any tribe can invent anything in this world, look at the Facebook. Someone thinking Facebook and Coca-Cola only. When Coca-Cola come out, Mercedes will close his mouth because Coca-Cola more than half a billion people drink Coke every day. How many people buy Mercedes every day? That's why any competition, Coca-Cola will take the competition. So we needed a way to go. Madam, what is okay, you know. All you said, I follow it and you back it with history. But the problem is you understand that division, this and that will not help. And in Nigeria is a place that if you say the truth to your enemy, my love for Mazen and the Kari is that not that I don't support the violent as see me. People will think I'm a fanatist and this. Tango is not a fanatist, I'm not a. But when somebody is saying the truth and I say the truth, I back him. But most of the things he said is the truth. And this crime in Nigeria, people benefit. Like some Igbos that are rich, some agent among us, we don't want division, as you say. So most of we're shouting Biafra. So we Igbos are comfortable, have their protection guarantee, have their welfare guarantee. So this is my contribution to you, madam. But what I'm saying is that the choice we make, the democracy will be free. Another point again, Nigeria will think, what type of democracy do we want in Nigeria? Because democracy is not one all over the world. I don't think our politicians know this. England have their own type of democracy. America have its own type of democracy. German have their own type of democracy. Social democratic that carry the weak and the poor along. That's the social democratic system. You go to Russia, they have their own. So we in Nigeria now, we sit back. If you are talking democracy, because we have tried parliament, it failed, tradition failed. If we really understand democracy, let us have our own Nigerian democracy style. Every tribe in the world have their own. China have their own, because when we are telling China democracy, human rights, don't teach me, because bad education again is dangerous. Most of us were educated badly. Shemamo told the Western world, don't tell me, don't teach me democracy or anything. Tell me how we feed. That time China was 2 billion or anything. Tell me how to feed the 2 billion Chinese. How I put food on the table for the 2 million Chinese. And Shaman ideology. Most of the people that experts in the world are not educated. People are packing certificate up and down. The engineers, the wizards, you see masters I meet here, experts that will tell you this is the answer and be the answer. Most of them are not educated, but it's master in that field, it's expert in that field. So we come back and this world is a place that we play for a time, we almost go. But the system we find down there is wrong and people are benefiting. Africa is feeding the West. Most of the raw material we are taking for Africa. Okay, this oil now, we have oil. Who account for it? Who now, how many they take? All this multinational drilling our land. Who account for them? Who monitor them? Nobody. They will only settle here with few births. They will continue fighting ourselves. So if people can sit and talk and say, yes, we talk out. Now, democracy, what type of democracy? Because we have it, we can make it. That's my take. I'm not here to challenge you or to ask you any question, because all you said, I welcome it. But I'm only adding more, madam. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elder Tango. You have spoken a lot. Now let's allow Ms. Briggs to respond or to react to your comments before we close for the day, because our time is fast spent. I was even exceeded the 1 hour we are supposed to use. Ms. Briggs, please, can you kindly react to Elder Tango's comments?
Well, there is I don't think there is too much to react to. I don't think we have too much of um, um, a difference. Now, what he said is that, which is basically what majority of us have been saying for over 2 decades. It's about equality. It's about justice. It's about the right thing. Um, Nigeria, for me, in my opinion, Nigeria is massive. It's massive in the sense that we have 36 states, but America has 51 states. But the type of government they run is what makes it work for them. Um, the things that others have to hold them back, it's not the same things that we have that is holding us back. And even if they are, we're not managing what is holding us back properly. You see, like for instance, little things like, it's an Ijaw man that gave the name Biafra. It doesn't matter whether you call your child Ankyo, and the child may grow up and just answer An alone. Biafra is a word. That word, we didn't, I mean, the white man came and drew a map of Africa and put those names there. We can see what Lugard did. That is the problem of Nigeria. Now, why did we even have to have Nigeria? Even this issue of, oh, Nigeria must stay together, Nigeria must stay. When did Nigeria begin? Nigeria began in 1914. So now, if it will be better, if the life of the Yoruba man is going to be better, if there is a restructured Nigeria within Nigeria, and the Yoruba man does not care who is the president of Nigeria. Okay, today we're talking about our survival here in this region. We were looking towards election of 2023. What election? There's not going to be an election in 2023. They will pretend to have an election. There will be no election. So if we want to fix Nigeria the way Nigeria is today, we will fail, because Nigeria itself, the way it is today, is a failure. So we can't fix Nigeria the way it is today. The states are created. We cannot say that we're going to go back to how it was before. Nobody is going to go back to how it was before. I'm telling you, because even the ones that are born, the ones that are 50 years old today, will not go back to the system that I am referring to, which was what I remember in 1950s, in the 50s, before independence. So in moving forward, what is going to work for us as a people? I do not agree with people who say just because we think we cannot handle we cannot handle a Nigeria where everybody is, every state speaks for itself. Every state develops itself. How can you create 36 states? And these 36 states, about 26 of these states are not able to cater for themselves. They can't even pay their salary. They are paying their salary from the oil that is, whether we like it or not, oil is the only thing that Nigeria has. Nigeria has nothing. Maybe they have other things that they are hiding, like the gold, so that they will use it for themselves. But as of today, that is all we have. So if we want as a people to move forward, to develop our state, abandon our states and be talking about how to develop Nigeria, If there is something being developed in Enugu, for instance, and is only developed in Enugu, then Enugu becomes the supplier of that. That is industrialization. That is economic development. If we want it in River State, we will have to get it one way or the other because it is manufactured in Enugu. The science or the idea to manufacture it is in Enugu. So what we need to agree upon as a people in Nigeria, the ethnic nationalities that we are, let us not key into the idea that Nigeria is one, all of us are one big happy family. Igbo people, Fulani people, Yoruba people. No, we're not one big happy family. Igbo people are one happy family. Ijaw people, Ikwere people, that would be a good concept. That would be a good idea. Then now, how do we work together? How did polygamy work? How did polygamy work? Nigeria can be described as a polygamous family. But the best polygamous family is the one where the man knew how to handle his family, how to handle his wives, how to handle the children of those wives. Polygamy is a very destructive. Polygamy is a very destructive way of living, but it doesn't have to be destructive if you know how to handle it. Today in Nigeria, you rightly said it, people who work in oil and gas, it's only the oil companies that know how much oil they are lifting. Nigeria does not care because the oil is not coming from, it's coming from somewhere else. So the oil Shell tells them we're lifting 1.5 million. They say, okay, give us the money for 1.5 million, whereas they're lifting 3 million. So how do we know this? So let us, each and every one of us, our states, our ethnic nationalities, let us begin, once we know what is in our best interest, we can work with our brothers who have what is in their best interest as well. Nigeria today, we don't even know how many people we are, how many people are in Nigeria. We've not conducted a census and we want to go to election and we're talking about election. There is so much danger that is facing Nigeria, and yet we are abandoning the idea of the danger that is facing us, where somebody is saying Buhari has governed for 8 years and that another northerner should come and govern again for another 8 years. How does that make sense? Where is the justice in that? On what grounds? Well, what is the justification of that? Why can't a southerner govern? Okay, what's his name? Obasanjo has governed for 8 years. Jonathan won election for 1 tenure. Why can't an Igbo man govern? Why can't the political party say? So you see, for me as a person, when PDP does not guarantee that, look, we will field an Igbo man as a presidential candidate, and APC does not promise that they will field an Igbo man, then we're not serious. Then we're not serious. And if Igbo people do not see anything wrong in a Yoruba man coming to govern again after he has governed for 8 years because he comes to the south, and if the Niger Delta people do not see anything wrong with another northern person governing again in 2023, then we're just wasting our time because we won't get anywhere. We will remain like this because justice, if you don't have justice, there is not going to be any kind of peace. 10 years ago, a name like Nnamdi Kanu was not even heard. 20 years ago, a name like Nnamdi Kanu was not even heard. Why is Nnamdi Kanu now trending? Nnamdi Kanu is trending because there is a need for Nnamdi Kanu. Whether that need is a right need or a wrong need, there is a need. There are people who are listening to Nnamdi Kanu. There are people who are listening to Sunday Igboho. There are people who are listening to Kyo Briggs. You know, so the reality, there are people who are supporting, the Fulani people are not as, I mean, first of all, they are immigrants. And second of all, they are small in number, but yet they are the ones in control. Why can't we ask ourselves, what is wrong with that? How is it that a group of people who never belonged to Nigeria, in our lifetime, in our parents' lifetime, who didn't belong to Nigeria, are now claiming that Nigeria is their birthright? Not only that they want to be part of Nigeria, that Usman Danfodio gave it to them as a birthright. And somebody would tell me that somebody like me should accept it so that Nigeria can stay together, so that we can all be one. No, that is slave. For me, that is slave mentality and slavery. Look, some of my brothers and sisters that think that they are doing oil and gas, by 2023, you won't even be there. They will not be there because they will take everything. They will take everything. You know, so we need to find ourselves. We need to find our reality. What is our reality? What is our future? Many of us, our children are no longer in Nigeria. For years, they've not been there. And many are leaving Nigeria. Let's not pretend. It's only the people who cannot leave Nigeria in the next 2-3 years that will remain there. But anybody who can leave Nigeria is leaving Nigeria. And so whichever way you look at it, these people are getting what they want. To stay alive, the real people that can sustain Nigeria and develop Nigeria or our states are living. And why are they living? Because everybody wants to stay alive. Who wants to die? Everybody wants to stay alive. And we're living in a country where the government has told us that strangers have come in. We're living in a country where a governor is insisting that whether we like it or not, his kith and kin from all over Africa must come and live in Nigeria. And we cannot see that there is something seriously wrong with that. Which one of us, my brother Tanko, which one of us is prepared to give up our grandfather's house? I grew up in my grandfather's house in Abonima. I'm not going to give it up because somebody wants to force me to give it up. Unless if my life is dependent on it, then I will leave it for them. But is that the right way to live? You know, so we need to find a justified solution that anybody who hears our case will agree. Yes. Yeah. Hello.
Okay. Yes, I can hear you. I'm sorry. Okay. My network broke off again when we're still speaking. Our time is far spent, so we're just going to take this comment from Elobat Television. Elobat.
All right, thank you very much. I have just a little question for our guest tonight. It's been a pleasure.
So it's just show. It's over an hour right now.
Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you, and okay. My brother, I hope he's hearing you too.
Okay, my question to you, please, is it's been a pleasure listening to you. What practical steps will you advocate for the people of the Southeast, the Igbos and the Ijaws, to get more politically aligned in the Nigeria project?
Well, first of all, I'm glad that you have asked me, and it's just my own opinion and the people who tend to believe along the lines that that I believe in. First and foremost, both the Igbos and the Niger Delta ethnic nationalities, and that covers all the ethnic nationalities in the Niger Delta, have to decide what is it that we want. What do we want? Everywhere I go, every forum I've had, I've asked this question: what do we want? Once we know what we want, the Igbos can tell us what they want, we can tell them what we want, because I believe we have to work together. We have to work together. Now, if we know what we want, we can quickly sit down and take a position on those things that we want. We have things that the Igbos don't have. The Igbos have things that we don't have. We can sit down together and discuss. We need each other. Once we discuss, we have to have a memorandum of understanding. It's just that Nigeria is such a country that a gentleman's agreement, memorandum of understanding, commitment, all those things don't seem to work. But if we are sincere with ourselves, we can change all of those things. We have to have an understanding of where we're going. Are we going together, or are we going separately but still working together? It's not a must that we must go together. It's not a must that we must go separately. but we have to work together. But if we think we cannot work together, that is our choice to make, that if we cannot work together, then we can't work together. But we should be very careful, because for a very long time, if we remember, we used to hear, oh, you can't trust the Yoruba man, oh, you can't do this, oh, you can't do that. Today, if there are any group of Nigerians that are determined to take a path, either this way or that way, for their very survival for tomorrow, it's the Yoruba people. And really and truly, then doesn't matter whether you can trust the Yoruba man, you cannot trust the Yoruba man, because if the Yoruba man has decided, it doesn't matter, he will survive on his own, then this issue does not come up anymore. So for the people of the former Eastern region, because we're not going back to former Eastern region. And when people say, oh, River State was created to divide us, it is undermining the cause of my people, because my people fought. My people demanded for a separate state. So it's not as if some people just came up and said, oh, we're cutting River State. We asked for it. My ancestors asked for it. My uncles, my fathers, they asked for River State. So let's not take this in a wrong direction. So now, nobody is going to go back to where we were. Let's not make that mistake. We're not going back. I definitely would not want us to take steps backwards. We're moving forward. Now, when in moving forward, how do we move forward? How do we move forward so that our children have a tomorrow and their children have a tomorrow? We can all leave the place and go our separate ways. I mean, that's fine. But the people who don't own it would have achieved what they want to achieve. So, but why should we leave our states and our communities and our creeks and our waters for them? Who are they? So this really, for me, is the key. Whichever way it falls, God give us life. Whichever way it falls, we will all survive one way or the other. But as we are today, is this where we are? Is it okay with us? If it is yes, then let's continue. The way we are today, is it okay with us? If it is not, what can we do to change it? Are we not going to change it? Don't we think we should change it? And so for me, I'm not the only person who should answer this question. Everybody should search their minds and decide what they believe is in the best interest of them. This idea that we will fight no matter what, then the argument is already defeated. The discussion is already defeated even before it starts. And the enemy is hoping on that, because then it means we're confused. And we should stop giving the impression that we're confused, because we're not. We're brilliant people. We're not coming. But when we have to, as a people, impress it upon our grassroots people, our communities, and the so-called politicians in Nigeria in 2023. Nobody is discussing it. Even the Igbos are not. They've not taken it up as an issue. So the point, therefore, is that been in this thing since 1998. I've put everything I have in standing up for the truth at every step of the way and speaking the truth of every step of the way. And it is tiring. And 20-something years added to where I was before. It's a lot, and really and truly, I'm worried. I'm really some of your children are in their 20s. I see people celebrating their children, their graduating and all. Okay, all those children, where are they going? Are they going to Nigeria? If they're going to Nigeria, what are they doing? They go on even school site. These are children that have children that maybe have master's degree or a first degree. No, no. We have to make a decision to change all over the world. Changes are happening. And we're just standing. We're not going to gain anything on Zoom. We're not going to gain anything on Facebook. We're not going to gain anything on Twitter. Yes, we will articulate our ideas and mobilize our people on these platforms. It's technology. That's the way of today. But it is still humanity that will make this demand. Verify, I mean, story finish.
Okay, thank you very much.
Go on. Nigeria. Hello?
Back television, I just want or is on your previous. Back television, your hand is still up.
No, it's my previous comment. I'm all right.
Okay, please. So, like I said earlier, our time is past 10 and we would have to close the show for today. We still apologize for the impromptu change in guests and we appreciate Ms. Briggs for coming, even though it was short notice. And we appreciate you for your comments, for your contributions throughout the program, Elder Tango. Thank you very much for participating and your comments. Remember to follow Elova Television on all social media platforms, YouTube and Facebook. And this video was streaming live and it's also recorded. So you can also watch this video even after it ends. Thank you very much, Ms. Briggs, for coming to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would hope to maybe discuss with you, and we hope to discuss with you next time. I am still Augusta Neka, and from Nigeria.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah.